Okay, so we have the blueprint of the airplane on this plane. Now let's rotate it. To rotate, you can use rotation. Let's rotate it 90 degrees on Y. And there you go. So now we can use the multicut tool, this tool over here. And we're going, if you hold control, sorry. So let's go to object mode. I'm using the right button of the mouse to choose object mode. And now using the multicut tool, I'm using control so that it draws a straight line. And so now we have 4 separate parts. And we're going to separate them so we can move them independently. So let's go again, right button of the mouse to go to faces, and now edit mesh extract. So if you move it, sorry, it didn't move. Okay, so something went wrong. Let me see what's happening. So let's do it again. Face. So right click on your mouse to go to faces. No, something went wrong. Oh, okay. So it was already done. I just didn't realize it. Okay, so now we can rotate it. Let's go to object mode and move it. We can move it over, as you can see. And so it is already disconnected from the other 3 parts of the image, so we can rotate it on X, and as you can see, it's there. It's not showing because the texture is not turned on, so let's turn it on. Okay, now you can see it clearly. Okay, so here it is. It's disconnected from the others, and so we're gonna do the same to the others. Before that, let's just center pivot. So let's go to modify center pivot so that the pivot is centered on the image. And now let's go back to, so I'm using space to go to the 4 views, and now again I'm moving the mouse over the top view and then space again so that we can see only the top view. And now let's do exactly the same. So edit mesh extract, and I'm gonna extract this part, and let's do the same for the others. So edit mesh extract. Okay, sorry, it was already extracted. So this is a little error. So edit mesh extract, and now we can just so this is the propeller and the top view of the airplane. Let's go back to object mode. So I'm using the right button of the mouse, and apparently this is still connected. So edit mesh extract again. No, it was already, that's odd. Let me just check something. So local rotate, oh, okay, so it's disconnected. So let's rotate it on X 90 degrees, and we can do the same with this one, this part here. Yes, okay. So let's just rotate it. Hold on. Let's go to object mode, and let's do it the right way. So rotate it on Z 90 degrees, and there you go. So we have the 4 parts of the blueprint disconnected, and now we can just center pivot. So I'm doing what I did before. I'm just going to modify center pivot, the same one to this one over here. So the top view of the airplane, modify center pivot, and let's do the same with the propeller, modify center pivot. Okay, so now it's easier to move them around as we need. Okay, so let's go to the top view again, and let's move it more or less to the center. So it looks good. Let's bring it a bit down on X. Okay. I'm sorry, that was on Z. Now on epsilon. And I'm just thinking if this is going to be a good idea. Okay, let's try to line up all the drawings so that they make sense. Now let me undo that. I'm just undoing, so Control Z to undo. It's similar to other softwares, so I'm sure you know how to undo something. Okay, let's go back to, let's use the front view now so we can see. Let's turn the textures on right here. Okay, and let's center this drawing as well. So the center of the whole of the propeller, I'm using it to center the front view of the airplane. Now let's go to the side view, and let's try to line it up with the other drawings. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of trying to build a 3D drawing of the airplane using the blueprint drawings that we just disconnected. Looks good. Actually, I think it has to go a bit further. Okay, it looks good. We will probably have to do some adjustments along the way as we are modeling, but that is kind of part of the process, so don't worry about that. It's important that you have it, you have all the drawings lined up, but the better way you can do it, but it's not really important if they're not matching exactly the place where they should be, so don't worry too much with this. So I'm grouping this, so I'm using Control G to create a group, and now I'm gonna name this group Blueprint Group, and that's it. And I'm gonna create a new layer for this, so let's create a new layer and double click to rename the layer. So Blueprint layer, and that's it. And now I'm going to reference this layer, so Okay, so referencing it so that you cannot select it, so it's not possible to select it anymore, so it doesn't get in the way when we're modeling, and it's a good time to save. I'm doing a save as now. Make sure you're saving on your scenes folder. So I'm gonna use the same name as before, but so 01 blueprint. Yeah, I knew that there was an E missing on blue. Well, never mind. So blueprint panels. Again, the same message about the student version, and that's it. We're ready to start.